All right, so we're back in the garage today with the FD RX7. You'll see it's on the other side of the garage today, which is a nice little change. I drove it to this spot, which is even better. The clutch works, the brakes work, and it started right up. So things are looking pretty good. So now I'm gonna start putting some of the interior together, or some more of the interior together, because it has about 1 million pieces taken out of it. I also have to find all the screws that go to it. I think they're in like a bucket or something, so that'll be fun. Right, so let's dig in and see what we have. So I've now emptied out the car. That seat is just set in there. It's not actually bolted down. And this is what it looks like. So you can see it looks like we have some original spare tire stuff. And we got some sort of amplifier wire. Interior is just stripped down. And these are all of the things that came out of it, which I don't have any idea how to install at the moment, but I'm gonna figure it out. I can't believe that all of this stuff came out of this tiny car. It's absolutely insane. So I think the first thing that I gotta do now is I want to take out this amplifier wire, because there's no reason for that to be in there since there's no stereo in it. And then I'm gonna get a vacuum. I'm gonna vacuum this whole thing out so I have a nice clean start. And then we'll start assembling stuff. So now I'm back into the RX-7 and I'm in the back seat. I'm just checking out these speakers. Now, these speakers were put in some time ago with flat head screws, which is a little strange. This one seems to be falling out. And you can see there's some big fat speaker wire going to it, but the wire's cut off. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hook up the factory speaker wire, which is right here, to this speaker. I'm gonna do that on both sides. Now, this speaker is probably not gonna get the 1,000,000 watts that it was intended, but it should put out sound if I hook up a normal stereo to the front of the car. So, I'm gonna plug these wires into both speakers, and that way we should have a little bit of sound at least if we hook up a stereo. All right, so let's do that. So I just did a little vacuuming, and it's looking a little better. The side's cleaned up as well. Found some change, found some birdseed. Overall, it's a lot better. So now, oh yeah, I vacuumed back here too, so I got all the just random dust and stuff out of there. So yeah, you can see the floor pans in this are actually awesome. Not that I would have expected anything different, but if you look under the carpet, the floors are like perfect. The car's always been kept like indoors, so no surprise there, and it's never been driven in the winter as far as I know. So right, so I guess I'm going to try and install some interior panels. I don't really know which one goes on first, so it may take me a dozen tries to actually get something together, but let's give it a shot. All right, check it out. I installed the spare tire. How about that? So this is the spare. I put some air in it, pretty big deal. And I found the washer, the other washer, and the wing nut. So yeah, pretty solid. I then went up here, and this is pretty much the dirtiest thing ever, but it is set in place. And down here, there's apparently a bolt that goes here on each side. And then there's a clip down here that slides into a little bracket in the floor pan. So those are all in place, but I gotta find the nuts that go on that. And then I need to find the 2 bolts that go in the bottom on each side. So that's my next challenge, is find the bolts. And the cool thing is, I have a mason jar full of bolts that I just dumped out. But these are the bolts. These appear to be seat bolts. Don't know what that is. Maybe, I don't know. Got a couple of random clips. We got a lug nut. Got some sort of doodad here. And I don't see any of the bolts. Maybe those? These ones could be the bottom ones, I suppose, except that there's 3. Oh no, there's 4. So those probably not the right ones. Those look too big. So yeah, I don't know which ones to use, but maybe I'll find them in a few minutes. So I'm going to hunt around the piles of stuff I have and the extra boxes, and we're going to see what I can find. So we'll check back with you in a minute. Well. Looks like this is installed. I've got a bolt right here. I've got a bolt right down there. And I've got nuts up top. Couple of things that I noticed. There are also nuts down here. Down on the side. And then down there. Now I'm assuming that those were that those had nuts on them from the factory and weren't just like alignment pins. I mean, they're threaded, right? So I should put nuts on them. The other thing that I noticed is that these are studs that come up out of the floor. And all 3 are cut off even at the top. Now, I don't know what the reasoning for that is. It looks like it's not a factory thing. It looks like for some reason somebody cut the studs off. Doesn't really matter. I mean, the nuts are on there and they threaded on perfectly fine. But I bet that they were probably supposed to be like the height of this one. And they're just a little bit shorter. So maybe somebody had a speaker box back here and the speaker box was like raised up too high or something like that. I don't know. I'm just shooting in the dark here. So, all right, let's see what goes on next. I'm just going to grab the next item and hopefully it'll bolt on. I expect to have this out about 10 or 12 more times. So that'll be fun. These nuts are attached in their right spots, which means those have got to be the right ones for the job. So I'm going to attempt to install that next, and maybe I'll only do it once instead of 5 or 6 times like this rear panel. So yeah, let's try that out. Quick update. I think I needed this, and I think I need this console too. I'm not entirely sure, but we're gonna try it out. This thing appears to be ripped, which I'm guessing is why I have this. I think that maybe goes right on top of it. Is that how that works? I don't know. I'm going to have to figure that out. So let's try it out. Oh, dang. Look at this. So I got the shifter back on there. And e-brake is there. I put a screw under here, which I had forgotten. And all of the things are now plugged in. Got the change holder, which is interesting. Actually, I think it's a cigarette. It's an ashtray, I guess. Oh, yeah, look at that. I guess we got an ashtray here, so that's nice. And yeah, so I need to get a whole bunch of clips for the console. And then this whole thing is just incredibly dirty. And I think that I might have a new shifter boot someplace that came in a box with this car. So I'm going to install that. I'm going to clean all this at some point, and I need to get a whole bunch of clips for this. So, all right, what should we do next? Let's take a look around. I just want to get a quick shot of this because it looks cool. Nice, right? Oh. Hey, that's kind of neat. All right, so anyways, console's in, this thing's in. I don't know if I'll have to take them back out again, but let's move on to the next thing. I just put the jack in place. I have no idea what this thing is. Maybe a chalk block? This thing, I assume, goes right here, though I have no idea how. Maybe this way? I don't know. I have no idea how this is supposed to go. So, if you know the answer to that, leave me a comment below, because I have no clue. For now, we're going to leave it right there, just like that. And then we're going to put some plastic over it and see if the plastic will tell us how that goes. So, let's grab a piece of plastic. You're not going to believe this. It clips into the plastic thing. Just as I suspected. Now, there are no less than 10 million clips that go in this, and I still need to get the front part all clipped in. I clipped in that side too when you weren't looking. So, this side's in good. I have to obviously put a bunch of nuts and screws and stuff in there and snap that side into place. And then I think there's like a crossbar thingy you do. What do we call them? Strut bars? So there's a strut bar in there that I'm going to have to install as well. But one step at a time. Let's get some nuts on these plastic parts and see where that takes us. So here's the progress. We got nuts on here. We got nuts up here on both sides. And up here. And then right here's a push pin. Up here, I need another push pin. Unfortunately, I ran out. But I do have a push pin right here and right here. So, I am missing one push pin. I do have these two, but they don't match the other three. So, I'm going to get a proper one. And we're going to pop it in there the right way. Over here. So, now I think I'm going to figure out the strut bar. And maybe some of these plastic covers that go over all these little panels in the back. And maybe even this one way in the back. Hopefully I can figure out how that attaches. All right, so let's keep going. So, strut bar in. It's all tightened down and everything. I hope it's not upside down or something. That would be lovely. These caps are in. This cap is in. This piece is in. This is in. I don't know where the cap is for this. I might have it someplace, though I can't find it at the moment. I have this thing. I don't know which way this goes in. I put it in like that. It doesn't really fit very well. Put it in like this. Fits slightly better, but still crappy. I don't really know. I don't know how this thing goes. I'm gonna guess it goes this way? I don't know. I have no idea. If you know, leave a comment, because I have no clue. Yeah, this, maybe it doesn't even go here. It might go someplace completely different that I don't even know about. I don't know. So, yeah. Shoot me a comment down below. All right, let's continue. So, things are looking good. Not perfect, but good. I got the caps on here and here. And then in here, I've got the side panel on. Got this side panel on. Got the seat belts bolted in on both sides. The only thing that is an issue currently is that I'm just missing a bunch of these style push pins. I'm missing the tan ones, and I'm missing a couple of black ones. So I'm going to need to come up with a few of those before this project is done. But that is where we are going to wrap up for today. I don't know if this will end up being a quick video or not, but I think we made some pretty good progress for tonight. So that's it for this episode. Be sure to subscribe and leave me a comment below. Definitely put a link in there to show me your project, because I like checking out projects as well. And I guess we'll see you next time. Hopefully next time we'll throw some seats in it, and maybe even some of the dash parts. So anyways, all right, we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, and you're awesome.